Hello everybody, welcome back to more Misadventures with Miles Edgeworth. We're in the middle of figuring out if those sculptures were really replicas or not with, Catherine Hall. Yes, Catherine Hall. Yes, that's who we're talking to, so let's continue. Miss Hall is obviously lying. After all that trouble it took to prepare them, it's a shame they melted. The sculptures in the Winter Palace are the same Sorbet sculptures from 18 years ago. Unless I point that out to her, I won't be able to find out the truth. Alright. We're going to present the liquid analysis at the replica question. Alright, as soon as I figure out where the liquid analysis is. Did you really think that your excuses would continue to hold up? No matter how much you lie, you can't deny the composition of the sculptures. From the analysis results, it's quite clear that the sculptures in the Winter Palace are the Sorbet sculptures Mr. Dover created.
Oi, Miley! As a pharmacist, it's my turn to shine. What we call sugar actually comes in many different varieties and taste. Even if the sculptures were replicas, it's nearly impossible to replicate the composition.
I see. Thank you for the explanation, though I don't recall asking for one. Catherine! That, Miss Hall, means you couldn't have melted the Sorbet sculptures back then. You stole them and preserved them for 18 years.
Ah! What? She preserved the sorbet for 18 whole years?
How'd she manage to do that? If you freeze it properly, it's not impossible. But where did she...
Silence, please. Miss Curator, what do you have to say? I can't believe you've already uncovered so much. So you are admitting that you stole the sorbet sculptures? No, I cannot admit to such a thing. There isn't any proof that I stole them after all. Also, I couldn't have stolen those sculptures 18 years ago. I don't think they would have been easy to steal without the police noticing.
You want to bet? Huh, is that so? I don't know what you did 18 years ago. As such, how can I judge on how difficult it would have been to steal them?
It looks like you won't give up so easily.
I don't intend on giving up until I learn the truth.
I understand. Then I shall tell you what I did 18 years ago. On the day of the incident, I was waiting in the main building until the judging. During the judging, at Monsieur Master's request, I went to change the film in the camera. But before I could deliver the camera to him, I discovered Monsieur Dover's body. After Monsieur Gregory arrived, I had prepared tea for everyone involved in the investigation. It was then that I witnessed Monsieur Gustavia entering Monsieur Dover's room. And that was everything I've done on that day. I don't think there is anything suspicious about my actions.
That's not your decision to make.
Mr. Edgeworth, were there any contradictions in her testimony?
For now, I should just prove that she stole the sculptures. But when could Miss Hall have stolen them? If I can answer that, her crime should come to light. Alright, let's press everything. One of them I have to skip over or else we're going to continue by accident. What were you doing before the judging began?
I was in my room on the second floor, practicing my dancing. I was performing on the TV show, Piece of Cake back then. Piece of Cake? What kind of show was that?
It was a children's program. Its hosts made sweets while singing and dancing.
Ooh, that sounds like fun!
Well, that's unexpected. You knew about the show, Miles? My father told me about it once, so I just happened to watch it a few times. So Miss Hall was practicing her dancing in her room. Could Miss Hall have stolen the sculptures then? Whoops, I didn't realize that we were there! That was when you stole the sorbet sculptures. I think this is wrong, though.
And how would I have done that?
That's...
Not even a great thief could have taken it then, you know?
No, I'm pretty sure that was the right answer, but I pressed this before we got to the actual thing, so It seems I was mistaken. My apologies. Please continue, Miss Hall. Whoopsies. Okay. Press! So, you were the only one who could move freely during the judging period.
I certainly would have had more freedom to move about than the contestants. However, I couldn't possibly have stolen the sculptures right in front of Monsieur Master. Moreover, upon being asked to change the film, I went directly to the entryway.
At Mr. Master's request, she went to change the film in the camera. Could Miss Hall have stolen the sculptures then? No! Stop asking me. I guess it's gonna be asking me every time I press. It couldn't have been then. I should listen more of her testimony. I discovered Monsieur Dover's body. Let's keep pressing. So you enter Mr. Master's room before you deliver the camera?
Yes, I heard the sound of something breaking, you see.
How many times have I had to do her scream now?
Monsieur Master, are you in there?
That was actually the sound of the ship breaking. Someone snuck a bite of it, you see. When the body was discovered, was Mr. Master still judging Mr. Gustavia's room?
I'm sure that he was. Monsieur Master is the type of person who would certainly judge one room at a time.
She found Mr. Dover's body inside Mr. Master's room. No, it is not! Let's continue. Alright, this is the one we gotta press on, so I'm gonna skip over it. When exactly did Mr. Gustavia enter the victim's room?
It was when Monsieur Gregory and the rest were investigating the crime scene.
Apparently, Mr. Gustavia went into Mr. Dover's room to retrieve a family photo.
He stole a picture so their partnership will remain a secret, right? But you can't be a great thief if you get caught stealing.
Okay, I don't think Mr. Gustavia is a great thief. The moment Mr. Gustavia sneaked into Mr. Dover's room. No, this is not the point. I'm going to skip over this. This is starting to get a little bit annoying. Now, when could she have stolen the sculptures?
When did Miss Hall steal the sorbet, eh? Even with the brains of the great thief, I'm stumped.
You want to know what happened, you should ask someone who was there. Don't forget, you can always count on Uncle Ray. Yes, that's right. Alright, now we press the Gregory part, because that is where she stole it. Did you do so in the same manner as today?
Yes, I pulled teeth for everyone working on the investigation.
Now that you mention it, Uncle Ray also got some tea from you that day. Kate was pushing her service cart back and forth from the patio to the main building. I see. Did anything seem strange to you then? Huh. Well, I remember your old man singing praises of her Ceylon tea. And he also said something about how the saucer was chilled. Saucer was chilled. This is where she could have stolen them. This was when you stole the sorbet sculptures.
I'm sorry, but Monsieur Shields and company were at the fountain patio the entire time. Are you saying that I stole them in broad daylight?
Yes, you did. That's precisely what I'm saying. Let's present the trolley! Shit, no! Oh, clicky clickies! Wouldn't it be possible to hide them here? Nope!
Mr. Shields would certainly have noticed if the sculptures were hidden there.
Of course, your old man would have noticed too. Miles, do you really think our eyes were that horrible? Ouch! It turns out it's my eyes that are horrible. No, I'm just terrible at clicking. Let me rethink the situation. Okay, sorry, goodness. I had it, and then I went up to hit present, and the clicker decided to go up there. Alright, let's take that. Emulators. Neither my father nor Mr. Shields realized the sculpture was right in front of them. What you were pushing around was no ordinary service cart. It was the sculpture itself.
But surely that would still be impossible. If she placed the sculptures on the service cart, people would notice immediately.
Hello, there's a tablecloth. I never said she used a service cart to move the sculptures.
What? What do you mean? Then what did she use to move the sculptures around?
This is what Miss Hull used to transport the sculptures. Lift trolley, eh?
Is this...
This is the lift trolley Mr. Dover used 18 years ago to move his sorbet sculptures. It seems this same lift trolley lies here in the fountain patio. Damn, that woman is pretty awesome. She was moving all that ice sculptures on her own.
That's because it was originally prepared for the contest in the first place.
I mean, yeah, it is contrapted to make it easier, but still, damn.
Are you saying she used the lift trolley to move the sculptures?
Yes. If the sculptures were placed on this lift trolley and then covered with a tablecloth, it could be disguised as a service cart and moved around without arousing suspicion.
How could that be?
So the saucers were chilled because they were sitting on the ice sculptures. Kate, what's the meaning of this? What were you thinking?
That was truly impressive. You certainly are, Monsieur Gregory's son. After 18 years, it's hard to imagine any proof that I stole the sculptures remained. But I knew it was only a matter of time until I was suspected. Miss Curator, does this mean you admit to stealing the sculptures? Yes, I admit it. 18 years ago, I stole the sorbet sculptures from Monsieur Dover's room. It's just as Monsieur Edgeworth says, I disguised the lift trolley as a service cart, and I served tea as I made my way back and forth. That wasn't all. I also took the ice block with all the star clusters on it.
Ice block with star clusters on it. That seems familiar. Giant block of ice is being displayed here. Appears to be quite heavy. No, the inside must be hollow. The Winter Palace is a reproduction of Mr. Dover's room from 18 years ago. Because they had melted, my father never got the chance to see them. But those blocks of ice were also originally from Dover's Sorbet Salon.
The 2 sculptures and the 2 blocks of ice, I took everything I could. And then I placed empty glass cases in Monsieur Dover's room.
Damn!
The sculptures were all encased in glass to preserve their fine details. But the ice blocks were being displayed as they were. As per the rules, we prepared the glass case for Mr. Dover.
So it would have been easy for her to prepare the glass cases.
In Monsieur Dover's room, there were some sculptures that were still unfinished. I thought if I melted them, it would look like the ones I had stolen. I stole had melted too. So everything you see in the Winter Palace are all original works from 18 years ago.
I keep making her German, sorry.
Miss Hall, it didn't take much to get her to confess.
Then she must know. She knows it isn't enough to try her in court.
That is all I have to say. But even though I admit to stealing the sculptures, you can't arrest me for it. What? What do you mean by that? Heavens. You're assisting in investigation without knowing this much? Perhaps you should read this book concerning the Statute of Limitations. Statute of Limitations?
Let's actually take a look at it right now. Because there's actually quite a bit of stuff we can look into here. Alright. 7 years of theft. The suspect flees to or lives in a foreign country. The time limit is on hold until the suspect return. If possible, accomplices are on trial. The courtroom is stopped until the verdict is reached. If charges are pressed to demand compensation, the statuette is frozen for the length of that procedure. I sense a loophole. Anyway. Oh, gotta stop here for a sec.